Peace, peace, and peace. Hope everybody's doing well. Welcome back to Striking Resemblance, episode 10. He still hasn't totally opened up yet during our therapy groups, but his reading is greatly improving. And he's not complaining about the pains in his chest anymore, Cassandra answered. Good. And what about you? Are you doing okay? I mean, you spend all of your time either here or at church functions. What about a social life? Like dating, Peter asked while at the same time wishing he had not. Peter, the Lord provides most of my needs and desires. As far as a physical relationship, you know I long to have that. You also know that there's only one man on this earth with whom my heart truly belongs, but due to circumstances I still don't quite understand, I could not have that man. I'm still deeply in love with him, and I will always be for the rest of my life, Cassandra explained while looking deeply into Peter's eyes. Peter was left virtually speechless. The only thing he could say was, I hear you. Cassandra, knowing of the uncomfortable situation she had just put Peter in, decided to have mercy. I'll let you go this time. Come on inside and have a bite to eat, she said as she gently intertwined her arm in his and led him into the house. Confusion swept through Peter's mind, followed by an overwhelming emotion, which was not normal to him. It was at that moment when he began to see just how beautiful Cassandra really was. He realized just how much of a catch she truly was. All of the guys in the youth group were infatuated with her, just as many men who knew her outside of the group. Each always tried to impress her by outdoing the other. The way her body swayed when she walked, her dark brown cat eyes, and even her hair, though short, was always appealingly styled, adding to her natural beauty. She was a gorgeous sister with extremely smooth skin who never wore any type of makeup. An extremely devout Christian woman, yet very cultural, who most times wore long-fitting, colorful dresses. She turned on a lot of men. No one knew if she did it on purpose, but regardless, she always carried herself in a classy and dignified way, the way a woman does. At that very moment, Peter began to understand how his unwillingness to pursue something more concrete with Cassandra was not provoked by Cassandra herself. It was him. It was a gear within him which had remained hidden inside ever since he was a small boy in the orphanage. All religious women scared him, not because of what they stood for, but because of who religious women reminded him of. They reminded him of pain and abandonment, forms of hurt unintentionally imposed upon him by his mother. He could remember his mother and how she was so sincerely devoted to the Christian church. He could remember every Sunday being fussed over before church with his clothes and hair, during church being mobbed by religious women who thought he was so adorable, and after church during the reviews with his mother to discuss what was discussed at church. Then the sudden and unacceptable departure from the only woman he had ever loved in his life. How could she leave him like that? How could God just take her away like that? He did not want to feel that pain, which still had not gone away totally, ever again. And he felt that by avoiding falling in love with a religious woman, he could avoid being hurt. Another blow so powerful could destroy him. He was falling, though. With each meeting with Cassandra, he began to fall even more. She had a hold on him. Whether she knew or not was unclear to him. Something had to be done. He was not willing to take any chances. Something had to be done. Ladies, I must compliment you on a wonderful dinner, Peter said while rubbing his stomach. Which of you made the cake? Giggles came from all around the table. Luck is the lady who made it, Taz said as he burst out laughing, setting off a chain of laughter all around the table. Luck, where'd you learn to make cake like this? Peter asked with a seriousness that caused an automatic cease of laughter. Luck, who was sitting quietly with his head down, looked up and answered, I got the recipe from a magazine. Well, you certainly do have baker potential. This cake is excellent. Would you mind if I took a piece with me, Peter asked. No? Yeah. I don't mind, Luck said with a smile. Thank you. Oh, and just for the record, women love a man who can cook, Peter commented while looking directly at Taz, who was wearing an uncomfortable look. As a matter of fact, knowing how to cook, clean, and sew adds to your manhood. It shows that you can take care of yourself. So guess what? Peter said with a brief pause that caused everyone around the table to give him their full attention. I'm going to be leaving town in the morning. That's what I wanted to talk to you all about. I have a very important business to take care of, and I'll be gone for about a month. Of course, I will be calling to check on you, so don't worry. While I'm gone, though, I'd like for you ladies to teach these gentlemen how to cook. And I want a meal prepared by you gentlemen when I return, Peter continued. We can't teach these fools to cook, Rochelle exclaimed. Plus, I ain't eating nothing those boys cook. They always scratching and pulling on themselves. No way, one of the other girls said. Okay, then fine. You all don't want to respect me anymore after all the love I show all of you? I understand. I guess I was wrong about you all. I thought you respected and loved me as much as I do you. I guess I was wrong, Peter said as he got up to leave in an attempt to look heartbroken. A silence filled the room. It hung for a minute or two until Rochelle broke. Okay. But Peter, you have to tell them that they have to listen to what we tell them, she said in a pouting way. Fellas, Peter asked. Alright, the guys responded in a totally unenthused way. I just want you to know that this is foul, Pete, Taz said. Yeah, man, real foul, another boy echoed. Have any of you heard the saying, what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger, Peter asked. Yeah, the guys responded. Well, this is one of those instances. Taz, you should certainly understand where I'm coming from, Peter replied while looking hard at Taz. Besides, what's so bad about learning how to take care of yourselves? Now I have to go. All of you get over here and show me some love, Peter ordered with a smile. All of the teens got in line, hugged Peter, and then began to clear the table. Some headed upstairs because it was not their night to clean up. As Peter bid farewell to Cassandra and started to the door, she asked, all I get is a wave? I don't get a hug like everyone else? Well, excuse me. Cassandra, Peter replied in an exasperated way. What doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. I believe that's what I heard you said, am I right? Cassandra asked while looking in the air as if talking to someone else. At which time Peter walked over and gave her a big hug. It felt good, too. So good he held her for much longer than he had planned to. You can let me go now. I'm a Christian woman, mind you, Cassandra said with a smile. It was obvious she realized she was wearing him down. Yeah, I almost forgot, Peter said as he walked to the door. I'll pray for you to have a safe trip. And don't forget what I said earlier. I meant it, every word, Cassandra said. I won't. I'll see you in a month, but I'll call in a few days, Peter said as he walked out the door and closed it behind him. I think I love you too, he continued to himself as he walked off the porch. That's the end of chapter 5, so I'll end it right there and say peace. And I hope you all follow me for episode 11.